video, you're going to take the first step to learn how to transform and assign data into variables. Because we can transform and assign the data at the same time, we are going to break step 6 into several different videos, aggregating the videos by the tasks that are required for different data elements. In this video, we will learn how to assign our variables for record ID and order_num. Before we get into this series of videos, let's remember what we have accomplished using A2019. We created a blank CSV file and programmed our bot to write a header row into our CSV file. We have also used the bot to interact with our raw data file that we saved on our hard drive. Specifically, we have told our bot to open the raw data file and instructed our bot to read the data or loop through the data one row at a time. Since we are looping through the data one row at a time, we need to allow the data to change for each new row. We can do this easily by assigning the data to the variables that we created in step 2. We will be able to make a number of data transformations at the same time we assign the data to the variables. Before we get into this, though, there are two important things to note. First, because our raw data file is a CSV/text file, the data is stored and therefore will be read into our bot as string data or text data. Thus, if we want the data to be interpreted as numeric data and stored in a numeric variable, we will have to transform or convert the data from a string to numeric data type. Second, since we want the same transformations to be completed for each row of data, we need to make sure that all of the actions for step 6 occur within our loop. Let's go back and look at the small sample of data from the raw data file. Recall from the earlier video, the bot will index data by the position of the data, starting with position 0. So as the bot is looping through the data, we first need to tell the bot what to do with the data in row 0, position 0. Since we understand the construction of the raw data file, we will tell the bot to assign the data in position 0 to the record ID variable we created in step 2. Then we will tell the bot to assign the data in position 1 to the order_num variable we created. Once we have the bot assign all of the data from row 0, the bot will begin working on assigning the data from row 1, again starting with position 0. By using variables instead of fixed positions, we allow the data to be updated for each new row that is read in. So when the bot is reading in the data for position 0, row 1, it will replace the value of 4 with 1,119. To assign string data to a string variable, we will follow these steps. We will be using the assign command under the string menu. We have to tell the bot where the raw data is, so we will specify the data by row and by index. We see this combination here. The $signs tell the bot to update the row variable position 0 for the current row. Then we have to tell the bot where to assign the data, in this case to our record ID variable we created in step 2. Finally, we're going to repeat these steps to assign the data from position 1 to the order_num variable. Let's get into Automation Anywhere so that we can assign our data to our variables. Navigate down your Actions menu to find your String menu and then click once to open it. Double-click on Assign to move the action onto your workbench. Remember, we need this action to be within our loop, so if it is outside the loop, click on the Assign action and drag it inside your loop. Now that we have our Assign action on our workbench and inside our loop, the next thing that we need to do is we need to tell the bot where to find the data. In the Select the Source String Variables Value option, click on the X in parens, use the drop-down arrow, and select the R row variable. Our raw data is by index, so click on by index and leave the default index to 0, since our record ID is in the first column, or index 0, of the CSV text file. Then click on Yes, Insert. Now that we've told the bot where to find the data in the current row, position 0, the next thing we need to do is we need to tell the bot where we would like it to assign the data. Since we've already created our variables, we can click on the down arrow and select the record ID variable. Then click Save. Now we're going to repeat this process to assign our order num to the sOrderNum variable. Good job. You've now assigned your first two variables in the bot.